Uh, Hi guys, what's up? Um, it's unknown here. Um, I'm sure you guys heard the news. Uh, Turning Point founder, um, co-founder, founder, whatever, Charlie Kirk, he's dead. I posted it on my community tab a few hours ago before I went to work. I wanted to do a video talking about I was telling, I wanted to do a video talking about Charlie Kirk earlier, but unfortunately I had work and I didn't have enough time to get set up for um, recording. So as of right now, it's midnight. So I think it's still time. I think it's still I'm able to talk about this. So Charlie Cook, in case you guys don't really know who he is, which I highly doubt, I'm pretty sure you guys know who he is. Um, he spent a lot of his career and a lot of his content on YouTube talking to Gen Z, college kids, sometimes being even some college professors, but he spent time talking to them. And the reason why he spent time talking to them is because those people are going to be the future of America. And even though I'm not American myself, I feel like I should have at least the decency to talk about Charlie Kirk and really just how I met like his content. I never met him personally. I kind of always wanted to meet him personally, but I never got the chance to. But to say that he did not have an impact on me would just be a lie. Because he did. He did have an impact on me. He really opened my eyes a little bit to get to see how the political spectrum even works. I never really viewed him as an extremist. He's more of a moderate than an extremist. I know that people would exaggerate and say that he was a supremacist or whatever, but he wasn't. And as I wanted to talk about, one of the things I want to talk about is the use of words. People, even like people in the media, CNN, MSNBC, and all that, they throw the word Nazi, white supremacist so much. And I feel like that radicalized a ton of people on maybe both sides, mostly the left, obviously, but it really radicalized that. And unfortunately, there are people, crazy people, who would believe that and they would do something about it. And that would either, like, be violence. And, you know, like, I didn't really, it's something, like, I really want to talk about this. And it really shows how much just political violence, there's so much of it in America. And it's fucking insane. I mean, not even a year ago, maybe like no, yeah, not even barely even a year ago was Trump almost got killed, and recently 2 kids that were praying in a church got killed, and you know, I was watching other content creators talk about this, and to see clips and TikToks of people happy that he's gone, that Charlie Cook got shot and he got killed, it's fucking insanity. I don't care if you're left leaning or right leaning. To be happy that someone got shot and died, that's just, you're not human. That's all I'm gonna say. You may look like a human, but you're not. And to let's even think about, like, can you imagine someone just having the thought of, because of what Charlie has says, I'm going to kill him. And the shooter is still on the loose. I know people were saying, "Oh, there's the old white guy who got arrested." No, he was not the shooter. So the shooter's out, still out and about in Utah. Maybe he probably left the state or whatever. And now Charlie's kids are left without a father. He had a 3-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son. And unfortunately, their father would never return home. Um, it's it's just it's batshit crazy to see how fucked up has America has been getting recently. And I don't really like to talk about politics. I think this is like the first time I ever talked about politics in my channel, but I feel like I just have to say this. Like, this is gonna radicalize both sides, you know that, right? Because now leftists are gonna be encouraged that if you can't, you know, beat him, kill him. And then now the extremists, the extreme right, are gonna be like, hey, if you're gonna kill our political allies, we're gonna do that to you guys. So many people are saying that, there's a civil war happening. I think honestly it could happen. Give it a few years and it could probably happen. And you know, it's it's kind of crazy how people are trying to like justify his death. And like it really it's really been showing how crazy this world has gotten to in the past few months, right? You have freaking you have free speech essentially dead in the UK. You have group of women in Australia trying to ban certain video games. You have US politicians trying to ban anime. You have freaking a transgendered person freaking killing two kids like shooting up a fucking church and killing two kids and injuring many more. This has to fucking stop. This has to stop. And there are people on Twitter, on TikTok, and on Reddit and all social media are happy that Charlie Kirk is gone. And then those type of people, let's just say if it was vice versa, right? Let's just say Charlie Kirk was a left-leaning person, and that happened to him. Those would be the same person that would be freaking out, right? It'd be those exact same people. So, I don't really have much to say. You know, but I would say is that just because he is gone, just because Charlie Cook is gone, doesn't mean his movement is. I think that turning point would be even stronger than ever. Because I remember in a video, Charlie Cook was talking about the violence the left has caused. And again, um, we don't know. I don't know what the affiliation of the shooter is. I don't know. But the common sense in me would be like, why would a right leaning person shoot Charlie Cook? What, was he not extreme enough? Like, what? What would a right leaner shoot Charlie Kirk. It doesn't really make sense to me. Maybe maybe right leaning person did kill Charlie Kirk. We don't know, right? We don't know to this day. Um, but here's my assumption. I know I'm not supposed to assume, and if it turns out the person that killed Charlie Kirk was a right leaner, I'll be here and apologize to the left, yeah. But the people on the left, the leftists, the extreme leftists, have all the reason to go at Charlie Kirk because he's the personification of what the left hates about the right or about Charlie Kirk. A white biological male who is married and has kids. He's the personification of what the left hates. And again, I know that not all left people are like that, obviously. Anyone with common sense will know that not all left leaning people are like that. But the radicals think that way. And the rhetoric that the left has been spewing about the right, saying how they're Nazis, saying how they're fascist, you know, spewing all these buzzwords, it really shows you what could happen when you use those words so loosely and so frequently. Because you're gonna radicalize both sides. Because now the right side, the right leaning people, the right wingers, the extremists, will have all the justification to attack a left leaning politician. And the left side will be encouraged by the person who killed Charlie Kirk. So this is what I have to say, and this is what I'm gonna say real quickly. This is my political view, and whether you agree with my political view or not, that is up to you. I lean towards the right. And to kill someone over political opinion is fucking disgusting. I don't know if the shooter had any personal ties to Charlie Kirk. We don't know. But if that shooter does not have any personal ties to Charlie Kirk, essentially, not even essentially, factually, Charlie Kirk was killed because of his opinions. And I didn't agree with all of his opinions. No, 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 no. I want you guys to really clarify. I want to clarify that. I didn't agree with all of his opinions. Like his ban on abortion. I didn't agree with that. But to kill him because of his opinion, for MSNBC to trying to like smooth over or trying to justify why Charlie Cook was even attacked is fucking disgusting. I hope that that analyst at MS Now was fired for the fact that he even managed to even fucking said that. And I watched GB Review's video on this topic of Charlie Kirk, and what he said was right. This is the ultimate form of censorship to make sure that Charlie Kirk could never speak again by taking his life. Um, that's all I have to say. Um, anyone who's left leaning, right leaning, that does public speaking, please be careful out there. I don't care what affiliation you are, be careful out there. Okay? And yes. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys next time. Like the video if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for listening. This is Unknown, signing off. Until next time.